So here it is, ladies and gentlemen. The third Auraxium version of the GodSaw has hit live servers, and I've been playing around with it for the last day. This time the changes are so wild compared to the last version that an updated review seemed like a good idea. Let's just get straight to it, shall we? Okay, so long story short, this weapon is a variation of the GodSaw S. It has more damage, a bit less ammo, and the rest is similar. An added bonus is the fact that the high velocity ammo it has doesn't bring with it the additional recoil, so it makes it a bit more controllable. So in other words, if you're looking for an extreme long range heavy assault LMG, and the GodSaw S had too little damage and was a bit too fast on the trigger, you just received the replacement. So you're trading more damage and more controllability, because of the lower rate of fire and recoil, for less ammo. I'm not going to talk about the exact numbers, I'm sure other people will cover this, plus I don't like to think about weapons as mathematics. In time you'll see that numbers don't really play out as we want them to. But anyway, there are some other differences between these two weapons, though they're so minute they don't really matter. Apart from this, all the old tips, to the GodSaw still stand. Don't shoot and move, don't go full auto, burst fire the weapon and learn to wait a second before you ADS. Bloom control is the key and a big thing with this, so you have to master it. By the way, I'd like to point out that you should not go CQC like me here with this LMG. Please remember that I've got a lot of experience and it took a lot of effort on my part to make this work. Stick to the long ranges. This is a support weapon, not a stormtrooper's best friend. Just to prove that the weapon is pretty controllable but still requires some skill, here I try to tap burst the entire mag using a 4x scope. As you can see, I managed to put most of the rounds on target, but I had to pull down so much that my big ass mousepad almost ended on me. So I think the best option for the average user will be to stick to 3, 4, 5, round bursts, let the weapon recover, and go at it again. Check this out. This is what happens when you forget that bloom control is important. If you don't tap fire the weapon and only control the recoil, after a few shots the bullets go absolutely everywhere, and this is not a far distance. It is, by the way, possible to move and fire the weapon, but it requires much shorter bursts and a lot of self-control. It is definitely difficult. I wouldn't recommend, the average user to do it. This is how the accuracy looks up close. Definitely not bad, but you really need to control the way you fire. So here's the big kicker. Would I use this weapon? Well, actually no. But not because it is useless, but because I prefer weapons that cater more to the close to mid-range scenarios. But anyway, at least now the GodSaw actually has a role. Before, it was just a point hold weapon that we actually already had because you could use either the EM1 or the EM6 with the extended mags, which I love. And the GodSaw really didn't feel needed, but now at least we have two interesting weapons that cater towards the long ranges. The GodSaw S being the higher rate of fire, less damage, more ammo one, and now the GodSaw Auraxium being the less rate of fire, more controllability, more damage one. Now you have a choice, and I think it feels that this weapon finally has found a use. It's not just a thing you have, but a thing you can actually put into use in the right loadout. But that's just my view on it. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope to see you both on stream and in-game. Renzer out.